Let us call these men and women by the right name. They are thieves, stealing on an industrial scale. They are murderers. And once we begin to call them like that, and they have a mark of Cain upon their forehead, and we shun them.
Hello everyone, as usual, I hope this video meets you well. If you have been following me on this channel, you will understand that 9 out of 10 times, what I do talk about on this channel is how the Nigerian people can liberate themselves from the hands of these wicked leaders that we do have. Conscientizing the minds of Nigerians that they need to do more in order for us to take ourselves out of this dreadlock that these leaders have put us or are putting us through. And yesterday or just a few days ago, I made a video regarding the lawmaker that was assaulting an ordinary Nigerian citizens. And I made it very, very clear.
With this level of disrespect, you're very stupid. Very, very stupid. Can you imagine this rat? I can make this man to disappear in the whole Nigeria and nothing will happen. No. I'm not going to give this silly boy 1 naira of my money.
You've been insulting me and I'm being quiet.
I pray that you do. I pray that you insult me. Can you please insult me? I'm not going to call my policemen to beat you up. I will beat you up. I will show you that I'm a big brother to you. I will slap the hell out of you and I will lie you down, lock you in my generator house. How dare you?
Why should you do that?
Who the hell do you know who you're talking to? Do you know where you are? Because you saw me sitting outside here?
It doesn't matter, sir. Pay me, let me go.
Look at this monkey.
I don't care what I am.
Are you even looking at me that you can beat me? Or are you looking at me? What? Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Do you know who I am? I'm a senator of this republic. Do you know who the fuck I am? How dare you?
That is maybe like 1 out of 1,000 happenings in probably a year. These things or those things that you saw on that video really happens on daily basis. This is the mentality that the Nigerian leaders or anyone that attain any small power in Nigeria, this is the mentality, and they always believe that they can do and undo. And why would you think you can do and undo? Because you know that the law that is supposed to defend the ordinary citizens will definitely even attack him more and stay behind the elites or the leaders. Coincidentally, that same thing happened in the UK just few days back. And the same lawmaker, the same MP in the UK assaulting an ordinary citizen. But what happened? There and then, without wasting any time, before investigation, they suspended him first. Why did they suspend him? Because for an MP, someone that is supposed to be representing the people, to have been caught in an act of slapping or hitting or beating an ordinary citizen that is meant to be representing, that on its own calls for a suspension. So without anything, that MP has been suspended. That is the difference between Africa and the West. You will remember what happened. There's a guy that they call something Abo or something Labo. He was a former senator in the Nigerian House of Assembly. He was a former senator. He went to a pornographic store, and for whatever reason, between him and the staff of that pornographic store, there come an issue, and he was seen in the video smacking and beating continuously.
Drop your phone while I'm talking. I said drop your phone.
She's talking to her father. I'm talking to her.
I said drop your phone now, I'm talking. You call him but nobody's arresting you.
Drop the phone. You're very stupid. Please take it easy now.
What's your problem? You are very stupid. I think you're very stupid. As we come with you. Are you mad? I know where you go. I think you're very stupid. Take her. Go with her. Come. I take her. I think you're very stupid. Go out. Go out.
Wait,
I said go out. I said go out. I said go out. I said go out. Walk out now. I said go out. Go out. I beg. Look at it. Stop.
But what happened to him? Nothing. He still sat in his position all through his 4 years. Nothing happened. That is Nigeria for you. Until we turn it around, that all these people needs to start paying for all the atrocities that they are committing. And that is when we will start turning things around. I'm going to quickly digress to something else. And that one is very, very quickly as well. And it's about the corruption that is happening in Nigeria. Because from what I've just said and what I'm about to say, they all link together. There's nothing that will make a policeman, an officer, an army, a soldier assaulting the Nigerian people on the street without no care if it is not by a corrupt practices. And you have to understand something very, very clearly. Corruption is something that has been going on in Nigeria for many, many years. And for every leader that we think will come and solve the issue of corruption, it will be totally impossible for that leader to be able to do that, except the Nigerian people rally around that leader. And that leader understands that why I am here is because of the efforts of the Nigerian people. So what are you doing in order to make sure that all these numbers are put together in order for us to change things in Nigeria? Nothing will change if our judiciary is not being totally overhauled and fundamentally reformed right from the scratch. Nothing will change if our electoral process is not totally overhauled and then fundamentally reformed. Nothing will change. And if you think one of these leaders are going to be the one that are going to make these changes happen, it will never happen, because they had opportunities and opportunities to do it and they never did it. It needs me and you to stand up for our rights. It needs me and you to actually bring a stop or a halt to the present impunity that the Nigerian leaders are taking us through. And after that, that is when we then need to sit down and decide how these reforms are going to take place. Those in corruption will do anything in order to make sure that they carry on with that corrupt practices, because that is the only way they know. And for you to come out and say you want to stop them, you must be God, or you must be somebody coming from another planet. And the only way that we can actually take back our country is for us to come together and unite together as one. Support this leader, in which even him himself will understand that I'm in this position not because of INEC. I'm in this position not because of judiciaries. I'm in this position because the Nigerian people wanted me there. And for him to do anything, we the Nigerian people must stand with that kind of leader in order to make sure that he's able to sort out things that he needs to sort. But if we think that as we are today, a leader is going to come out and deal with this issue on the table, nobody will do that. So we, the Nigerian people, need to put a stop to it, either through revolution, either through protest. I'm not talking about the few little protests that have gone in the past. I'm talking about a monster revolution, a revolution that even the leaders, by the wake up the next morning, they would have all disappeared from Nigeria. We need to get ourselves to that stage before Nigeria can change. Nobody is going to reform INEC. Nobody is going to reform the judiciary except the Nigerian people in their totality comes out and fights, not just for themselves, but for the future of their children.
In the fight against corruption, it has been demonstrated throughout the world that unless you sustain the war, and it is a war, remember that there are individuals, not only in Nigeria, but throughout the world, who suckle from the breasts of corruption. And they are not just about to win themselves off the suckling. They must be forced out of it, and they'll fight back. Because there are individuals, even in government, in all sectors of government, who now take their children to school on the basis of money corruptly acquired. They live in houses that are corruptly acquired. They do everything on the basis of things that are acquired through corruption. These are the people that you are fighting against, because these are individuals whose conscience is dead, and they are going to do anything on earth to prevent you. In fact, when one chooses to fight corruption, one must remember that he or she can't be eliminated at all times. Any other president in the world must do is to recruit the population. If the population has been wedded to the idea that corruption is a bad thing, then that is the beginning of the success of that battle. Let us call these men and women by the right name. They are thieves, stealing on an industrial scale. They are murderers. And once we begin to call them like that, and they have a mark of Cain upon their forehead, and we shun them, has it been done in African countries? Yes, it has been done. And I keep on repeating, in countries such as Tanzania, they are being dealt with. In Rwanda, they are being dealt with. In Mauritius, they are being dealt with. In Botswana, they are being dealt with. Once you begin to deal with them, then the others who may want to behave like them will begin to take the cue. We must, in the nature of things, earn what we earn through the sweat of our brow. That is the only way in which Africa will realize their potential. Many of these individuals who are in positions of leadership in Africa don't want to leave because they are thieves. And they are scared. They are scared that if they left office, they would be prosecuted. And my view is that they should be prosecuted.
Two major things that I believe is vital for us to start getting it right. Number one is total overhauling and fundamental reform to our electoral process. And the second one is the same total overhauling and fundamental reform to our judiciary or judicial system. Because you see, these two is the pathway to get us to where we need to get. But with the corruption that is so embedded in these two, makes it very, very impossible for Nigerians to see the future. And these two will not make these changes or bring about these changes by one leader. We haven't got the leader that has got the spine that he can tackle the corruption in these two institutions. And that leader, even if we have a leader that has the courage, he needs the backing of the people. And we, the people, have not been present in the process of how Nigeria is being governed. And that is why we are having all these issues. Until we, the Nigerian people, stand up one day and decide to back a leader that we actually understands, knows that major problems that we have are these two and how to deal with them. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. It is vital because we have to conscientize the minds of Nigerians in order to liberate them from the shackles of these kinds of leaders that we have had in the past and we are still having up till now. It is down to me and you. I'll see you on my next video.